everyone. I have a circuit pulse class for you today that's a little different. Usually we do circuit pulse and a Tabata finisher. There's no Tabata finisher today. Instead, we're going to start with some Pilates-inspired core work, just a very quick core activation section, and then we'll get into our 2 circuits. For the circuits, they're quick. I give you 3 exercises. You do them full range for 45 seconds, pulse for 15 seconds, rest, and then move on to the next exercise. First circuit will repeat 4 times because it's unilateral work. Second circuit will just do 3 times. So the whole structure of class is going to be warm-up, core, circuit 1, circuit 2, cool down. For equipment, you're going to need 2 sets of weights. You're going to want a heavier set and then a more medium set. So I'm using 15s and 8s. Now, just a note about my weight choices, if you use what I'm using to kind of gauge what you should be using, because of my filming schedule this week, I'm kind of sore through my arms, so I'm going a little lighter with my mediums than maybe I normally would. I'm using 8s when there is an exercise that I probably could do more like 10s or 12s. So just a note on that if you're trying to gauge what you should have on hand. And a great way to modify is always have lighter options on hand. You can always drop down to those. All right, so there's no jumping in here, okay? All classes low impact, focusing on strength. Let's start with our warm-up, and that'll take us into core work. So we're going to start kneeling. I'm just going to do it facing the side because it'll be easier. And I want you to bring your hands behind your head, and we're going to do a little cat-cow. As you inhale, you're going to kind of cradle the back of your head in your hands, elbows open up wide. You can let the rib cage open up. Gaze shifts up to the ceiling. As you exhale, elbows close in, and we're going to round it forward, flexing the spine. Inhale, gentle extension. Move with your breath. One more. And then from here, I want you to stack the spine up to neutral. You can keep your arms where they are. And I just want you to hinge forward with the torso slightly. From here, you're just going to fire through the glutes, come up to a full kneel, and then you're going to slide your bum back to your heels, hinging at the hips. So your hips slide back and up, back and up. We're going to take this into a hip hinge with an arm sweep. Next time you come up to your full kneel, I want you to pause. I want you to reach those arms overhead. Now we're going to add in a little tricep work with this, so it's a combo. With your arms overhead, I want you to bend the elbows, tap yourself on the back, straighten the arms out. Now hinge the hips, sweep the arms back, give me a tricep kickback, bend the elbows, straighten them out. So we're adding in a bend and straighten of those elbows at the top and the bottom of this movement. If you mess up the combo, no big deal. Just hop back into it. So opening up through the backs of the arms here. Triceps are not a huge focus today. They will get a little love, but we got a lot of chest, a lot of shoulders. We got some good bicep work. Back and triceps, admittedly, not a ton of love today. Let's hold in our hinge position and just trace arm circles. So nice big circles without flaring open the ribs. Switch direction. Now, if your legs are apart, I want you to bring them together. One more circle. Bring those legs together. Make sure you're really setting the hips back long through the spine. I want you to take your right hand to the outside of the left leg. Reach your left arm forward, and on an inhale, you're going to twist open. Exhale, close it. Inhale, twist it open, using this grip on your outer thigh as leverage. One more this side. And then we're going to switch. So now left hand comes to the outside of right thigh. Right arm reaches forward. Inhale, twist it open. Back through center. Twice more. Last time. Come through center. And hands are going to come to the mat now. And knees are going to separate to hips distance apart. So from tabletop, before we do anything, I want you to walk your hands forward so they're in front of the shoulders. We're going to send the hips back, rounding the spine towards the ceiling. So think child's pose, armpits pressed towards the floor. And then as we start to shift forward, we're going to bring ourselves into a spinal extension. So you can drop the hips, but fire through the glutes to protect the lower back. And gaze shifts up. Exhale, round it back. And forward, safe extension. Yes, we are extending into the lower back, but we don't want to just dump into the lower back. That's why that glute engagement is important. Now we're going to switch up the motion coming up. Instead of coming to this extension, you're going to give me a modified push-up. So make sure that your hands are shoulders distance apart. So you round it back, come forward to neutral, one modified push-up, down and up. Send your hips back to a child's pose. forward to neutral, modified plank, 1 push-up. When you do that push-up, elbows are going back at a 45-degree angle. 1 more here. Press up, and now I want you to cross at the ankles. And we're going to sit back, feet come out in front of us, and we're going to roll down to the mat. We're going to go right into our core work. So let's roll down. We're going to start with feet on the floor, hands at the base of your skull, elbows wide but not so wide that you flare open through the rib cage. We're going to do an ab curl combo. Before we do it, let's make sure we are neutral through the spine, okay? So you don't have an excessive arch to the lower back, but you do have that natural curve. So this is the combo. We're going to exhale, come to our ab curl. And then we're going to hold in the ab curl. We're going to reach our arms forward. And as we do, you're just going to pick 1 foot up to tabletop. Foot lowers, hands come behind head. Lower your head to the mat. Same thing, but other leg. Come up to your ab curl. Lift to tabletop, arms reach forward. Lower and return the support for your neck. Lower down. Keep going like that, alternating as you go. So when you do the ab curl, there's a gentle nod, oops, I messed that up, to your chin. And that's going to help keep the neck in alignment with the rest of the spine. Gazes at your knees. We're going to do 1 more each side, and then we're going to dial up the intensity. Now this last one, I want you to bring your hands behind your head, but keep the leg in tabletop. And now on an exhale, you're just going to switch which foot is lifted. Exhale, switch, switch. Try not to transfer too much weight into the foot that is tapping the floor. It's just a little tap, tap. We're maintaining neutral through the spine, breathing as we go. Now we're going to go back to our combo, but it's going to be a little more intense. Our legs are going to start in a tabletop position. So tabletop, legs together in 4, switch 3, 2, 1, both legs at tabletop there together. And I want you to lower head to the mat. So same combo, but both legs are going to straighten out instead of lifting. So on an exhale, you come up to your ab curl. You reach your arms forward, you reach your legs forward. You bend the knees, hands return behind the head. Lower head to the mat, keep going like that. Lift it up, reach it forward, in and lower. If this is too much, then instead of reaching both legs long, just reach 1 leg long and alternate, okay? So we're going to hold the legs straight up next and the arms reaching forward, and we'll come into hundreds, but we're just going to do half, okay? So 50s. Give me 1 more in the combo. Next time those legs go out, arms go out, hold and start to pump those arms. You inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. To modify, you can do them with bent knees. Inhale, exhale. Twice more, in, out. Last time, inhale, exhale. Hug your knees into your chest, lower head to the mat, rock side to side. All right, so we're going to do that 1 more time. Feet plant on the floor, hands behind head. We have that combo. Exhale, ab curl. Arms reach forward, leg lifts up. Return. Alternating. We're just going to do 1 more each side. A little quicker this time around. This final time, you're going to hold with that leg at tabletop, but return hands behind head for support. And we switch, switch. Knees are bent. 1 foot taps, then the other. You lift, lift. Don't rock through the pelvis. Maintain neutral. Both legs at tabletop. We resume our combo, but legs will straighten out in 4. Switch for 3, 2, 1. Both legs to tabletop. Lower head to the mat. So let's do our combo. We come up to our ab curl. Arms reach forward, legs straight, and knees to tabletop. Hands behind head. Lower to the mat. So we just want to fire up through the abdominals before we get to our weighted work. We're going to finish with hundreds, but remember, it's really 50s. So that's coming up next. Next time those legs reach forward and arms reach forward, let's start to pump those arms. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. Twice more. In. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, and hold. Can you curl up a little higher? Can you drop your legs 1 inch lower for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your head down, hug your knees into your chest, rock it side to side. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a preview of our first circuit. We're gonna use our heavier set of weights for this first circuit. First exercise is going to be a chest fly, both arms, and then a single arm chest fly. And when you do the single arm chest fly, it's gonna be the same arm the whole time. The pulses, it's just gonna be that single arm chest fly. Second exercise, it's going to be a single arm chest press and then a half get up. And the pulses for that is going to be just the single arm chest press. Final exercise, we're going to come to a V-sit or a boat pose position, single arm shoulder press, full body crunch. Single arm shoulder press, full body crunch, and the 15 seconds of pulsing is just going to be the single arm shoulder press. So the pulse is a loose term, but basically we just make the motion a little smaller, or if it's a combo, we turn it to just 1. We're going to go through this one 4 times. Again, it's 45 seconds full range, 15 seconds of the pulse, 15 seconds rest. Let's go. So grab your weights. We're going to start with the chest fly. The right arm is going to be our focus to start. So we'll do both arms and then you'll just do the right, okay? Palms facing towards each other. We're down on our mat. Unlock through the elbows here. And let's go. So a chest fly, both arms. And then just the right, lowers and lift. Notice how you have to engage through your core on that single arm one so that you maintain center. So we're going to go 45 seconds in this combo, and then the last 15, it'll just be that single arm. So we're approaching the final 15. So the left weight will just stay pointing up to the ceiling and we'll just fly that right side. Let's go, just the right. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift, bracing through that abdominal wall. So we're gonna ditch the weight in our left hand up next. All right, 15 seconds to rest. We're gonna ditch the weight in our left hand. We're gonna keep the one in our right. Now I want your right knee bent, left leg long, left arm down on the floor. It's gonna be a chest press, so palm kind of faces towards your feet, bending the elbow and pressing it up. And then look at the weight, exhale, push yourself up onto this left forearm. Lower back down to the mat. Chest press, exhale, half get up. It's important to look at the weight as you do that get up so that you can stabilize through the shoulder and keep the weight right over your shoulder. Now the last 15 seconds of this one will just be that single arm chest press. So we'll be down on the mat. Okay, just the chest press. Now when you do the chest press, think of when you do a push-up. Your elbow shouldn't be hiked up by your ear, so it's down at just a slight angle. Oh, rest, 15 seconds. Okay, so we're gonna come up to a V-sit or a boat pose position. Weight stays in your right hand. It's gonna be a single arm shoulder press balancing in that position, and then a full body crunch. So roll to the back of your sitting bones. Left arm reaches forward, right arm has the weight. Let's go. Shoulder press, and then you can hold that weight kind of right in front of your shoulder, lower down to your hollow hold, exhale it back up. If the crunch is too much, you can always just do the shoulder press. And if your hip flexors bother you, you can cross your ankles when you're in this boat pose position. So the final 15 will just be that single arm shoulder press. Let's go. Woo! Struggle bus for me. Really scoop through the lower spine, but stay open through your chest. Oh, and rest. Woo! Okay, take 30 seconds. So we're going to do that whole thing from the top, just on the other side. So chest fly, single arm chest fly. Left arm will be doing all the single arm stuff now. So we come down to the mat, knees can be bent, feet on the floor, palms face in towards each other. Don't walk out through the elbows. Let's go. So it's both arms, then just the left. Using your breath, maintaining core engagement. If form starts to get sloppy, just go down and wait. And try not to rest the backs of your arms on the floor, okay? They can lightly tap, then you fly it back in. Get ready to do just the single arm. Let's go. So just that left arm, flies to the side, exhale, bring it back up. Rest. Okay, so we're going to ditch the weight that is currently in our right hand. Keep the one that's in your left hand. It's going to be that chest press. Bend your left knee, straight right leg, right arm down on the mat for support. So notice I'm rotating my palm when I do the chest press. Let's go. It points kind of towards my feet. And then I'm going to rotate it into midline more so as I exhale and do that half get up. Exhale as you come up onto that forearm. Final 15 will be just the single arm chest press. Let's go. Just that chest press. So we're down on the mat. Rest. All right, so we're going to come up to that balanced position. Weight stays in your left hand. Single arm shoulder press. Full body crunch. Scoop, so roll to the back of your sitting bones, but stay open through the chest. Let's go. We press, full body crunch, down, exhale up. Final 15 will just be the single arm press. Let's go. So you're in that boat pose position, single arm press. Almost there. Rest. Take a full minute here at the halfway point. Woo. So we're going to go through that twice more, once on either side. So if form started to get sloppy, go a little lighter in the weights, okay? No shame in that. Better to go lighter and maintain proper form. If you're not feeling challenged at this point, it's a sign you need to go a little heavier with the weights. So you have about 20 seconds remaining. We're gonna grab those weights, chest fly, and when we do the single arm, it's gonna be on the right. If you need longer to recover though, pause the video now, take a little longer. Otherwise, we come down onto the mat, chest fly. Unlock through the elbows, let's go. So we're working with longer intervals here. So it's not about speed, okay? You have plenty of time to get in an effective number of reps. So don't rush it, focus on form. So as we approach those last 15 seconds, it's just going to be your right arm doing that fly. Let's go, just that right arm. Exhale it up. Try to prevent your body from rolling open to the right when that arm lowers. So we got to use our core. And rest. So we're going to ditch the weight in our left hand, keep the weight in your right, and come down to the mat. Your right knee is bent, left leg long. Anchor your left arm down on the floor, going at kind of a 45-degree angle. We'll come up to that forearm. Single arm chest press, half get up. Looking at that weight, exhaling as you push it to the ceiling. The last 15 seconds will be on the mat, and it'll just be that single arm chest press. Let's go. Just that chest press, bend at the elbow, exhale, press the weight up. Don't hike your shoulder up to your ear or your elbow up towards your ear. Rest. Okay, so we are going to come up to that V-sit position. So scoop rolling to the back of your sitting bones. We have that weight in our right hand. Left arm can reach forward. Let's go. Single arm shoulder press, full body crunch. I'm inhaling when I lower on the crunch. I'm exhaling to come up. When I do that crunch, I'm not resting my head on the mat. I'm not lowering my upper shoulder blades or head. I'm kind of coming to that ab curl position, so gaze at the knees. Whew, this one is becoming a struggle. We're almost there. Final 15 will just be that shoulder press balancing. Let's go. Gauge through the core, so think scoop through the lower spine, open through the chest. Exhale, shoulder press. If hip flexors are bothering you, try crossing the ankles. Ooh, and rest. Okay, take 30. We just got to go through this circuit one final time. Left arm will be the focus. And then you get a new set of exercises. Okay, we got this. So we're going to start from the top with that chest fly, and then just the left arm will. So grab both weights. This is the last exercise you have using both heavy weights, okay? And we're done with the heavies after this round. Let's go. Chest fly, both arms. Single arm chest fly, just the left. Don't lock out through the elbows, so think of kind of giving someone a hug. Final 15 will just be that left arm. Let's go, single arm. And rest. Okay, we're going to ditch the weight in the right hand, keep the weight in your left hand. So we're back in that same position, but now I want you to reach the right leg long, and the right arm is going to anchor you down. It's out at a 45-degree angle. We'll come up to that forearm. Let's go. Single arm chest press on the left. Exhale, half get up. Look at that weight. This is a shoulder stability exercise when we do that get up. Last 15 will be the chest press. Let's go lower to the mat if you're not already, just the chest press. And rest. Okay, final exercise coming up. You got it. A minute of work. Weight stays in that left hand. Come to balance behind your sitting bones. Shoulder press. Full body crunch. We got this, okay? 60 seconds and you get a long recovery. Let's go. Whew. I'm struggling with this one. We're so close. We'll finish with just that shoulder press. Coming up. Let's go. Come to that balanced position. Exhale, press up. Woo. Stabilize. Oh, done. That was tough. I have a little over a minute here. I'm going to show you our second circuit. We're going to drop to our medium weights for the second circuit. First exercise is going to be a bicep curl, lower down halfway, up all the way, and then lower all the way down, okay? Now the pulses, we'll stop at the halfway point and we'll just do little pulses like that. Second exercise, it is going to be a bent raise. You do it like a scoop, so palms face up and then you scoop and lift, palms face the floor. And then we do a serve the platter or front extension, whatever you want to call it, one either side. The 15 seconds of pulsing, it'll just be that bent raise scoop. Third and final exercise, we come to a hinge position. Reverse fly, row to tricep kickback. And the final 15 seconds, it'll just be that tricep kickback. All right, we're going through this one just 3 times. Let's go. So I mentioned at the start of class, I'm using 8s for my mediums today. This first exercise, admittedly, I could go a little heavier normally, but I had to film 2 upper body workouts in a row, unfortunately, so I'm a little sore. So I'm using 8s. Nothing wrong with that. So we're going to start with that bicep curl, all the way up, halfway, all the way down. There's a rotation when we do the full range. So at the bottom, notice my palms face in. As I curl, I'm going to rotate palms to shoulders. So curl all the way up. Keep your palms up, lower just halfway. Back up to your shoulders, lower all the way down and rotate. So unlock through your knees, make sure you're neutral through the pelvis. And you don't want to sway your torso forward and back as you do this. That's where core engagement comes in. Now we're going to hold at the halfway point and we'll do little pulses for the final 15 seconds coming up. If you notice yourself sinking into your lower back, try a staggered stance, just sort of kickstanding one foot behind you. All right, let's find that halfway point. You're just gonna be a little pulse up and down, up and down. Open through the chest, pulse, pulse. And rest, 15 seconds. So biceps still getting a lot of love here. Also shoulders, we're gonna do that bent scoop and then a front extension, go right and then left. So elbows are going to come to 90, palms start facing up, and then when you do that bent raise, they'll face the floor back here, and then extend one out and the other. So to show you from the side, it's a scoop, front, front. The last 15 seconds will just be that bent raise scoop. Just the scoop. rest, 15 seconds. Okay, back in triceps, the focus here. We're going to come into a hinged position. Palms face in, reverse fly, row, kick back. So we slide the hips back. Palms face in towards each other. Reverse fly, row, kick back. When you do the kick back, don't just swing the arms. Really think of squeezing. Squeeze into the triceps. When we get to the last 15, we will hold those elbows back and lifted, and we'll just do the tricep kickbacks. Let's go, just the kickbacks. If both together is too much, alternate, going right and then left. Rest, take 45 seconds. All right, so first set is complete. Gonna go through that twice more. We'll start at the top with those bicep curls, top half, all the way. So if you need to go lighter with the weights, now's the time. If you're not feeling challenged, go a little heavier. If grip strength needs a break, maybe release those weights, so wiggle out your fingers for me. All right, and let's get ready. Bicep work to start. Unlock through the knees, neutral through the pelvis, open through the chest. Let's go. Full range to the top, lower halfway, back to the top, all the way down. If you notice you're dumping into your lower back, think gentle engagement through the glutes, brace through the core, unlock through the knees, and you can always kickstand, bringing one foot behind you a little bit. That can help too. Final 15 will be pulses. Let's go. Palms face up, elbows at 90, and you pulse, pulse. If the pulsing is too much, then just keep going with our full range combo. Rest. All right, let your biceps enjoy these 15 seconds because they got more work to do. We're going to do that scoop, bent raise, and then serve the platter, right, left. Elbows bent at 90, palms face up at the bottom, and then let's go. Scoop, right and left. So I'll give you, again, just a side view if that's helpful. When the arm reaches forward, try not to lean backwards to counter it. So almost think of leaning into it ever so slightly so that you stay upright. So when you do that bent raise, we're not shrugging the shoulders up to our ears. It's an upward rotation of the scapula, though. So little elevation is fine, but we're not shrugging. Final 15 will just be the bent raise. Let's go. If the scooping, if that rotation bothers your elbows at all, feel free to do these, just keeping the palms facing in towards each other at the bottom and facing the floor at the top. Rest. Okay. So we're going to find that hinge position. Back and triceps are the focus. Reverse fly, row, kick back. Let's go. When you do the reverse fly, do it on an exhale, just so that you don't flare open through the rib cage and arch into your lower back. Final 15, elbows will stay back and lifted. It'll just be that kick back. Let's go. Squeeze into the backs of the arms. Think of straightening them back. Ooh, and rest. All right, take 45 seconds here. We just got to go through this one final time. Wiggle out those fingers if you need a little grip release. Okay, we got this. 3 minutes of work. We're going to start with those bicep curls, neutral through the pelvis, open through the chest. Curl all the way up, lower halfway, up to your shoulders, down to the bottom. If this is getting to be too much, alternate arms, okay? So you would just do one while the other gets to rest, and then the other. We're approaching those 15 seconds of pulsing. Let's go. 90 degrees, palms face up, little pulse. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Rest. All right, so we have that scoop raise, that bend raise, front extension, right and left. I will be happy when this exercise is done. My biceps need a break. So elbows are bent, palms face up. We scoop kind of like we're making a circle. Serve the platter or front extension, one, and then the other. If you're advanced, you can do both arms together at the same time, like that. Just make sure you don't lean back as you do it. Oops, but we don't go one at a time on that. Well, you could to modify. Last 15 will just be that scoop bent raise. Let's go, final 15. Oh, rest. All right, final exercise. Last 60 seconds of work, and then we cool it down. We're going to come to that hinge position, reverse fly, row, kick back. We got this. 60 seconds before we cool down. Slide the hips back, open through the chest. Palms facing towards each other. Fly, row, kick back. Don't just swing it. "15 seconds in. We're 45 seconds away from our cool down. You got this. "30 in, 30 to go. Last 15 will just be the kick back. Let's go. Just the kick back. Home stretch. Alternate right and left to modify. Oh, and done. Awesome work. Weights can go down. Lead you through a quick cool down, couple stretches. Awesome work with that. I have a lower body one of these as well. If you enjoyed this format, I like it. Kind of combine some of our favorite formats. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms, press them forward, and then let's just round forward, opening up through the back. And then stack the spine up, arms reach overhead, and just keep doing that combo. Lower the arms, push it forward, opening up through the back. Bring it up, arms reach up. Next time you round it forward, just hold the round for a breath. Inhale into the back. Exhale it out. And then we're going to come up tall and switch the interlace. So interlace behind your back, press the knuckles back, and then lift the arms up for a nice stretch through the front of the shoulders and the chest. From here, I want you to take a nice wide stance, and let's forward fold, knuckles up towards the ceiling. Relax through the head. And from here, give me a little rock side to side. Releasing the interlace, let the arms hang heavy. Grab opposite elbow with opposite hand. Unlock through the knees and just sway side to side for me. A little release for the upper body. Feels so good. Now settling in the center, bring your hands to the mat, and I want you to walk your hands over to the right, kind of pivoting into a lunge. We're just going to come into a tabletop position here. So one at a time, from tabletop, I want you to flip the palms so the fingertips point back towards you. Unlock through the elbows, and then we're just going to shift back ever so slightly so we get this nice stretch through our forearms and through our hands. Try to really stay open through the palm. This should feel nice after gripping weights. And you really don't have to shift back very far at all to feel that. Shift forward one at a time. Flip those palms forward, knees wide. Send your butt back to your heels. You can flip the palms up to the ceiling if you'd like. And let's just finish with a few breaths in a child's pose. When you're ready, we'll walk our hands in. We'll stack the spine up to a kneel. Awesome work today. That is your class, and I'll see you next time.